Oh, jeez!
What's up, YouTube? Hey, you guys, it's Call Me Hawk here, bringing you guys another commentary video. And oh my god, they released Naval-Strike. I've been so excited for the release of this because I knew this was going to be a map pack or DLC that, you know, we would all like. And to be completely honest, it's the best DLC they've released so far. I mean, China Rising was decent, it wasn't too amazing. And then you look at Second Assault, I've already played all those maps. I'm not even excited about playing them anymore. Don't get me wrong, I like playing them, but I'm not excited about it. And then this map pack came out, or the DLC, and I'm in love with it, and especially because Rush and Carrier Assault on these maps are just amazing. It's just, I can't stop playing them. But as you guys can see here in the background, I am just going on a wrecking spree in this little bird here for a little while. I can't remember the exact score at the end of the game. I was like 25-7 or something on Carrier Assault, and I was playing with Pone Star in the background. So thanks very much to him for playing with me last night. That was a lot of fun. But as you guys knew, today's video is not about the gameplay or anything. Today's video is specifically about a story. Now, the story topic that I decided to do this time was about pranks. An obvious reason why is because April Fool's was last week or something around there, a couple days ago, I don't remember. But of course, you know, as per me pranking, I haven't really done too many pranks myself. I mean, last week I told everybody that I was going to go to boot camp in 2 weeks, and of course, you know, I really wasn't, but everyone seemed to believe me on April 1st. I don't know why everyone believes me over the internet about it. I will probably never join the military, and even if I did, I would give you guys like months warning before you even decided to do something like that, because that's just such a huge thing, and of course, you don't want to just ditch you guys. That's just mean. But everybody believed me. I still don't know why. But let's get into the actual pranks and the stories that I know of, that I've heard of, or from my high school. And, you know, of course, the one prank that everyone knows from high school is, of course, their senior prank. Now, my senior prank, I'm going to be honest, sucked. It really wasn't anything too spectacular. Our mascot was the Cowboys, so we had a cowboy riding a horse, and then of course what we decided to do was strap a bunch of dildos to the horse, and then we duct taped a mannequin to it that was getting basically butt fucked by the horse. It really was nothing too exciting. I mean, you laugh at it, but then you think in the back of your head, you're like, this is by far one of the stupidest pranks I have ever probably seen. And that's what I thought. And you know, I had tons of other ideas. I was like, let's pour a bunch of bouncy balls off of the second story into the courtyard during lunch, like 1,000 bouncy balls. Don't get me wrong, it would cost a bunch of money, but it would be hilarious. Or, you know, I told them, I was like, let's just stack all the desks in the hallways, which, you know, I've heard of other people doing that in their schools. Usually gets you out of a day of school. It's always pretty funny, especially if you stack them just right in the hallways to where you just can't get them out. Yeah, they didn't want to do that. Unfortunately, my senior class just didn't want to listen to any of my pranks, even though I'm horrible at pranking. I knew quite a few good ones at the time. And one that I saw recently that I even laughed at was one where I guess they fill up a bunch of cups full of water, and then you spread them out 6 inches apart throughout all the hallways in the school. That way, they have a couple different options here. They can pick up each cup one by one and slowly pour out the water, or they can just go through all the styrofoam cups and just flood the entire school, which obviously isn't a good thing, or they do absolutely nothing about it. Which, of course, none of those options are, of course, good, but, you know, I thought it was a pretty good prank. Now, this isn't the funniest prank I've ever seen or heard. It's a bad one, but it makes me laugh on the inside. It's a horrible one, especially because it was from my freshman year of high school. And I have to admit, this was a really good prank, even though it's damaging school property. But it was pretty good nonetheless, and I give whoever did it props for doing it, even though it's horrible. So the first day of my freshman year, I actually didn't need to go to school. I showed up to school and they sent everybody back home. They're like, we can't get into the classrooms. And some guys are gonna be like, well, what did they do? Well, the senior the senior class before my year, so basically when I was in 8th grade, the senior class at that high school decided not to do a senior prank during the school year like normal. They just didn't do one. And so of course they decided that they would do it over summer because number one, there's going to be less security at a school. It's just easier to do. And of course, getting into the school campus at the time, especially because there was no fence, you could just walk onto school campus. I mean, there were fences. I mean, they used to call my high school a woman's prison, which it kind of looked like it because I had no windows in the school or anything. But, they decided that this was something they wanted to do. So what they did was they super glued all of the locks. And I'm not talking like they super glued the lock portion of it. They actually super glued the portion where you put the key in. So it actually put the super glue all the way down into the lock. And of course you're gonna be like, well, how did they fix it? Well, my school decided to take 2 days off of school. Like the principal just said, don't even come to school for 2 days. And we're like, okay, what exactly is gonna happen here? So 2 days later, I come back to school and this is exactly what I see. Imagine a white door, and it's a metal door, and that's it. There's no window looking into it. And you look at these doors 2 days later, and all of a sudden there's black scorch marks all around the doorknobs. And I'm not talking just like a couple inches right now. I'm talking like half the door is scorched. Because apparently our principal ordered a couple handymen or something to actually blowtorch all of these doors because he found that it would be easier and cheaper to do that rather than to do anything with the locks or the doors themselves, and it allowed them to actually get into every single one of the rooms. And it sounds horrible, but I laugh at it because it took them 6 months to actually paint the doors or anything. So we had to go around school with half of our doors, torched and scarred from this prank. Don't get me wrong, it's a bad thing, but it still makes me laugh on the inside nonetheless. So I give whoever did it props because you got me out of 2 days of school. Thanks, dude, and I found it kind of funny. But anyways, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary as usual, and I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay in the background. Went on a wrecking spree and won the game here with them. It was a lot of fun. But if you guys enjoyed the video, please do not forget to drop a like and a comment. It helps me grow. It would be greatly appreciated, but it is not necessary if you don't want to, of course. And whenever you guys do leave a comment, tell me about the best prank you guys have ever heard or seen. I want to read this stuff in the comments. I mean, I love hearing stories like this, especially whenever I do storytime videos. You guys are awesome about telling me stuff. But anyways, you guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll either see you guys out on the battlefield or in the next live stream. See you guys and have a good day.